alert. Okay, we're gonna skip that. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel via Glow. If you are new here, my name is Gloria and I'm a full-time reseller on multiple different apps and I resell clothes and shit. So in today's video, I'm actually going to be going over my sales for the month of September, and then I'm also going to talk about how the month went as a whole and give you a little breakdown at the very end. So first we're going to go over some sales that I had over $30. Now, a few of these are not over $30. They're like $29 or $28, but I still wanted to highlight them because I want y'all to look out for them. The first one is actually these pair of 𝕊𝕋 pants. If you guys watch my reseller vlog from this month, I actually hauled this one and I told you guys that I would sell this over $40. Ironically enough, me and this buyer went back and forth, but I finally just said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and take the 38 because it's just $2 off. And again, I want to highlight that this brand is a great brand to pick up. Please vet your styles. I do think the men's pants do a lot better than the tops, so just make sure you check in first. This is that jacket that I also hauled in my reseller vlog. I'll have that link down below as well. But the brand is called ASOS Switzerland. ASOS. It's not ASOS because it got another S. So, but yeah. So picked this one up at the thrift store and I was just really excited about it because I'm like, wow, the comps look great. So I knew the threshold that I wanted, so I did price it kind of high at about $85, and I think I had it at $59 on eBay, but it was no interest there, but it was more interest on Poshmark. So this was a brand that I have found plenty of times at the bins, thank God, but this one was probably by far my favorite one. The brand is called noteworthy. I do believe they have a like secondary line like 𝕍𝕀𝔻𝕊𝕋 by noteworthy or something like that. I picked up both ones and they both sell. This one does a lot better. This is a somewhat of a designer brand, so make sure you check the sell-through rate in the comps before you just take it home. I was at the bins, it was an extra large, so I knew that this one would do really good, and it did. I was surprised that it sold on Poshmark because it had over 10 watchers on eBay and people just were waiting and waiting and waiting. And mind you, I have everything at its lowest on eBay, so I thought somebody would have got it, but they didn't, so we got it over here on Poshmark. This one is a brand called ALC, also sourced this at the bins. I don't even know how people pass this up at the bins. I many months ago came across a few like animal print items and I'm like, is this style really in anymore? And I guess it's in if it's a great brand. Like if it's not a good brand, it's probably outdated. But yeah, so I was pretty happy to find it. Let me know if you ever found ALC. This was a bundle. This one actually sold for $60. It was a new without tags, or actually I just found out it was new with tags. The tag was actually inside by the care tag and not the neckline. But anyways, then I got the Barefoot Dreams jacket and then also the Talbot's cashmere sweater. All three of these were sourced at the bin, so my cost of goods were really low, and this was a pretty good profit margin with this bundle. The next bundle was actually a $50 bundle. They bundled all of these and then they sent me the $50 offer. All of these also were sourced at the bins. That Free People sweater, I actually almost had that for a full year next month, so I was really happy to get that out the door. And then also that Free People skirt, I knew when I sourced it, I knew it was gonna take a while to sell, so when this person bundled all three of these, I accepted it. People are getting a little nice with the bundling instead of like really lowballing you, so we love that. This was a Aaron's Craft, like, you know, cardigan. If you don't know the brand, it is like made in Ireland and it is a wool brand. I actually got this from the bins. Like I had two of them, one sold within a few weeks. This one did take a little while to sell, but she finally sold, and for the price point that I wanted, because I did want over $50, because this is a great brand and it was a I believe a 2X. These were a pair of birdies. I was really happy when I initially found these. These were from the bin, so we love to see it. And I was really sad when they took forever to sell because I'm like, why don't y'all want these? But I recognize that this color is more of a fall color than it is a summer color. Even though it's a mule, it just, you know, it took a little while, but $40 was a great offer. This was a new to me brand. I have to pop it on the screen because I actually don't remember the name, but I thought this was a beautiful blouse. It was new with tags and it was like two different ones. So I found this pink one and then it was a blue one that's also ombre. The reason why I picked them up was not only because they were new with tags, they were a really pretty style and they also were 5Xs. So 5Xs is a sure given, like you're coming home with me. This was a naked wardrobe. I do have a ship with me video where I talked about this a little bit more, but of course this made the list because it's over $30. New to me brand, heard it before, but I decided to go ahead and get it. Was a bins pickup, so it was a pretty quick flip as well, so there's that. It was also in that share with me video, but the brand is called Cozy Earth. This one sold within, I want to say maybe 3 or 4 minutes of me listing it. This is definitely a Bolo brand. Of course, do your own research. Don't just pick it up because somebody on YouTube said it, but great brand. Pick it up when you see it. You know, just take it with a grain of salt. This was another pair of 𝕊𝕋 pants. These also performed pretty good. So yeah, 𝕊𝕋, the pants. This was specifically the Baron pant. This is actually from my personal closet. I sourced this on Depop. Realized that I didn't really like the fit as much as I thought I would. So I decided to sell it, and it sold fairly quickly. I think I had it listed at $65, and my bot sent them an offer and they accepted it. So these are a pair of Goldie jeans. I actually found these on a like a reseller vlog video. I'm sure y'all saw it in that video, but I was really happy to find them because they were a larger size. I think the Sophie is the one that I come across the most, like, since I've been finding a Goldie, but it was a pretty good one. They sent me an offer and I thought $48 was really reasonable, so I accepted it. This is a pair of Mother denim. We love Mother denim. I guess it really depends on which one it is, like, because they have different names and styles and stuff. I can't remember this one, but I found this at a regular thrift store. I did price it really high because I knew that it was going to sell for a decent amount. I think I sent out offers and somebody accepted it. So $71 is not bad. Like, I think I had to pay $8 or $9 for it. This is another pair of Mother denim. I actually found these at the bins. They were in a really good condition. Someone sent me a $40 offer, I want to say maybe within a few weeks of me listing it, and I was being really greedy at the time, so I didn't accept their offer because I wanted to get $50. But, like, you know, here we are, we moved forward like 2.5 months. I finally, you know, sold these, so there's that. I don't know if me waiting 2.5 months to just make an extra $10 is really worth it, but what can you do? These are a pair of frame denim jeans. Also got these from the bins. I don't know. It's one of those brands where, like, okay, if it's a high rise, it's something going for it, depending on the size as well, I'm gonna pick it up. Honestly, I took a chance with this, like a really big chance, because this was like a size 26. But I'm just like, I can't leave frame at the bins. Like, I can't do it, especially if it's in a great condition. So I took it home, and I'm glad I did, because $30 is a pretty good price point for this brand, especially since this style could possibly be outdated. So, you know, a win's a win. These are a pair of Rock Revival. These are on the list only because they made it over $30, but honestly, y'all, I wouldn't pick these up again. If I found them at the bins, maybe, and I would price them much lower, because I think I initially listed these at like $55, because at the time, over a year ago, they were like kind of sought after. But y'all, these took forever to sell. Definitely over a year. So this is a Rails button up. I've heard that this brand has just completely plummeted, but I've noticed that the last 2 items that I picked up from this brand, they both sold over $20. Well, one was over $30, but whatever. So it did do well. I guess it really depends on what you pick up, because I picked up something similar, and that one is still here, and it's almost about to be a year. So I guess it just really depends, and maybe just know the style. It is listed in the care tag, so I think that's also important. I think the one that I initially listed, I didn't put the style tag, so I'll probably have to go back and do that. But this one was a pretty good pickup, and it was a pretty fast flip. So this was a bins pickup as well, so there's that. This is another bundle that I got, and they bundled it and they sent me a offer. I don't know for how much, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'll pop it on the screen. But of course, both of them were from the bins. I noticed that the By the River dress actually got a lot of attention on Mercari. So I don't know anything about that brand, but I picked it up strictly off of style. I love brown. I love neutral tones. So that was the reason why I got it. But it performed really well, and it sold fairly quickly, so we love to see it. I don't even think that Ralph Lauren piece stayed in my closet more than a few days. It was so nice. Like, yeah, I wish I was able to haul that for y'all, because it was a beautiful piece. And these are a pair of Lululemon shorts. I think these are like the Hottie Toddy or something like that. Got these from the bins. Like, I was shocked as well, and I was even more shocked when they purchased them at full asking price. I listed them high because I wanted to get about $25–30 for them, but somebody came in and bought it for my full asking price, so we love to see it. It's a brand that I don't know how to pronounce the name, so I'll pop it on the screen. But yeah, I was lucky enough to find 2 of these. One of them sold on eBay. You'll be seeing that shortly. But I picked them up and I saw the tag, and the tag just looked nice. So I went on and did a little bit of investigating, and I took a screenshot of it and I posted it on my Instagram, and I asked them like, hey, do y'all know this brand? And a lot of people that sell like higher tier items was like, yeah, it's a great brand, it's a 𝕃𝕇 brand, get it. So I was like, thank God I like really thought about this, because when I initially picked it up, I have a bad habit of picking up things and then throwing it back like, oh, that doesn't look familiar. But I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna put it in my Hulkin and then we'll think about it later. So once I got done with my sourcing, I went on and I opened my Instagram again, and then everybody was telling me get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. So I was like, I love y'all. So yeah, I was really happy about this pickup, and even more excited about the sale. I did get I want to say a few low balls on it, and I just was like, nah, this one sells market value for over $50, so I'm gonna sell it for $50 minimum. So yeah. Move on to eBay. This is a ASOS maxi dress. Now, this is my second time picking up this brand, and it sold fairly quickly. Fairly quickly is like within a week and a half. This one sold within like a week. So the first one, I just picked it up because the style sold quick. I picked this one up strictly off of the style. It was a maxi dress. It was so pretty, and it was a great transitional piece to the fall. So like, this colorway is not giving very much so summer, it's giving very much so we in September, October vibes, you know? So that's why I got it, and it was a medium size. I really tried to research this strategically because I didn't want to price it too high where it wouldn't sell. So I priced it at $30 on eBay, and I believe like $48 on Poshmark, and I got so much attention on it. Wasn't expecting it, honestly, but I got so much attention on it, and someone messaged me and was like, hey, if I buy this now, will you be able to ship it out on Monday? And I'm like, of course. And she purchased it, so that was my full asking price as well. So yeah, I don't know if I need to start looking into this brand, but she's been doing what she gotta do. Okay, this is an Eddie Bauer jacket. Real quick, so someone on Mercari, I actually pop it up on the screen, but someone wanted me to drop the price more than what I had already sent them and give them like free shipping. So I was just like, absolutely not. But I find it funny because I get those specific like requests on Mercari, and like, it's only Mercari that they're asking for free shipping. It's like, what do you think I am? Like, let's be honest here. But anyways, this one actually sold full asking price. I want to say it took maybe about 3.5 weeks to sell. I don't generally pick up Eddie Bauer. It's just not a brand that I'm attracted to. But this one, the fabric on it kind of made me want to look more into it. So I, you know, typed it in and did all the things. And the 𝕃𝕊𝕋, I believe that's the name for it, 𝕃𝕊𝕋, actually performs really well. So I was just kind of like, okay, it's a pretty good jacket. I specifically checked the 𝕃𝕊𝕋 style on eBay, and this was around the price point that it was selling for. So I listed mine at $29.99 and it sold. So it was a pretty good pickup. I would 100% pick it up again. Like I said, I don't pick up all Eddie Bauer. I leave so much behind. This was a new to me brand called 𝕃𝕊𝕋. I don't know if it's vintage, I don't know what it is, but honestly, I was drawn to the suede fabric, and then the sequins, and then the fact that it was new attacks, and it was a 3X. So I was just kind of like, interesting, let's go ahead and take this. So I did like little quick research. Things like this, I don't do like extensive research. I'll just kind of do like a type it in real quick and then see what pops up. Okay, I'll take it, I'll do more research at home. And that's what I did with this one. I did come across another one that was, I want to say was a large, and theirs wasn't new with tags. Theirs was listed at like 60 or 70 bucks. So I was just like, interesting. So I priced mine at $49.99 because I did want a quicker sale. And I was really happy with how it all turned out because this one sold for my full asking price. And I don't know if I undersold this, but I know that it was a great sale. So there's that. This is a 𝕊𝕊𝕋 dress. One person in my comments, I'm so sorry and I'm terrible with names, but me and her was talking about this dress when I hauled it in another video, and she told me that she had the same dress and hers just is not getting any attention. Girl, when you told me that, my heart was broken, because I'm like, oh no, why would I pick this up at a thrift store and it's gonna sit forever? But somebody came in, bought it full asking price at $49.99. I tried to list it accordingly. Okay, I used to list my Lily really high, and I think that sometimes we gotta be, you know, mindful of like, would you pay this amount for it, you know? So in my mind, I feel like Lily is a great brand, but I wouldn't pay more than $50 for it. This is a Free People pair of pants. These actually were new without tags, and they could have technically been new with tags, because they had like the barb with the buttons and everything kind of sticking out. So I didn't want to price them high. I just have this relationship with Free People where it doesn't perform the way that I want it to perform. So what I've realized is that I need to price it accordingly. So price it just at enough where people is willing to pay for it, but not too much. So I priced it at the $39.99. Went on sale, so they purchased it at that full asking price of a sale. Is that technically full asking price if it's a sale? Oh no. So these are 𝕃𝕇𝕊𝕋. These were actually sourced at the bin, so I was really happy about that sale. I love this brand. I don't know how many times I gotta tell people I love this brand. I pick up men's, I pick up women's, only if it's in a good condition. Like, I'm not picking up just any dusty, crusty thing, because I find that those will take a little bit longer. So this one sold within, like, I want to say a week and a half to somebody overseas, so they did pay a lot of money for it, but I don't care. I got $40 out of it, and I priced them accordingly. Before, I used to price these in the 20s, so I priced these at $39.99, and they sold for my full asking price, so we love to see it. So this is a new to me brand called Jaded Gypsy. Definitely a bolo brand, so put that on your list. You definitely can get a lot more than I got. I just sourced it at the bins, and I am not greedy on my items anymore, for the most part. So yeah, this was a really good flip. It sold within a week, and we love to see it. This is a rag and bone sweater, also a great pickup. The only problem is that I sourced this like over a year ago, damn near close to a year, but I decided to go ahead and you know, get it out the door for $29.99, $29.98, excuse me. But you definitely could get more, because this was like, it was so much going for it, mohair, silk, and I'm sure I kind of sold myself short, but I got it from the bin, so I just didn't want to be too greedy, you know. This is a pair of Eileen Fisher pull-on pants. Definitely something that I slowed down picking up, but this one didn't take that long, maybe like 3 months to sell, but it did sell for close to $30, so I'm completely okay with it. These are a pair of Theory pants. These were also sold overseas. These were priced kind of high just because it's Theory, and I feel like some Theory can go for a lot, and I wanted to make sure I got over $30 for these, so this is a pretty good sale. This is a Lucky Brand cardigan jacket, also something that is not exactly $30, but it's pretty close. I wanted to highlight it only because I actually never found that tag before, but it was worth picking up because some Lucky Brand does do well, and this one I think did pretty damn good. All right, so this is a Anthropologie Fleurie top. I believe when I was still hauling items, I talked about me picking up the first one, and it took forever to sell. So it's kind of like a funny thing that I picked this one up. But this one did really well. I think close to $30 for a blouse. It's really good. The first one I think I sold for $10, and that is why it is so important to pick up larger sizes. This was a large. And then the last thing that sold on eBay was this Gudrun Shojin. I know I pronounced it wrong, but this was the second one that I told you guys I sold. It sold for $50.99. Ironically, it is $51. So I sold both of them for $51. This one was a medium. I think the other one was a large, so I probably could have got a little bit more for it, but I thought this one was a little bit more prettier because it just had a little bit more going for it. I probably could have got a little bit more had I waited out, but it was a bins pickup and I didn't want to be greedy. All right, so now we move on to Mercari. This was a surprise sale. So this actually is gonna be my highlight sale for the month. And yeah, $49, I got a few items that's much more than that. So the reason why this one is my highlighted item of the month is because I picked this brand up over 2 years ago, and the item that I picked up took forever to sell. I mean, forever. So I swore off the brand. I said, I'm not picking up again. I don't care. I'm not picking up no more. And 2 years later, I ate my words. Only because I looked at this, I felt the material wasn't anything, but I looked at it and I'm like, oh, this might be worth looking into. Looked into what it says on the, you know, the graphic. Y'all, blown away. The comps, I'll try to pop it on the screen, but the comps for the red one were really high. I don't know if this was a blogger favorite or what, but y'all, I was shocked. So I was like, well, I don't see a lot of, you know, black ones, so maybe I should price this a little high. Now, I didn't go as high as the red ones because I still wanted it to sell and I didn't want to wait forever and a day. So I priced it, I want to say at it had to be about $60. So priced it at $60, and somebody sent me an offer for $49, and I was like, of course. So I was shocked. It's already been received and all the fun things. So let me know if this is like something that I need to be looking out for a little bit more, because cupcakes and cashmere, like, although it says cashmere in the title, this is not a cashmere sweater. So just a heads up if you find this brand. You would think if they named their brand Cupcakes and Cashmere that it would, you know, have cashmere in it, but it didn't. All right, so the next one is a Brooks Brothers blazer. Honestly, never really looked into this brand, but thank God I did, because this one did really well. I'm actually happy that it sold for the price point that it did. Found it at the bins in excellent condition, and I would 100% pick it up again. So every time I come across a wool blazer, no matter what brand it is, I look into it, because I think wool, anything, wool clothing in general just does perform a lot better. And the last thing to sell that was over $30 on Mercari was this city chic dress. I actually sourced this for myself, and I decided I didn't want to keep this because I didn't really like the fit on me. So yeah, I didn't list it high. I'm thinking back on it now, it was new with tags. Probably could have listed a lot higher, but I only priced it, I want to say, at $55. They sent me a $43 offer. I thought that was great, so I accepted it, and it sold fairly quickly within like, what, 2 weeks. All right, so now we move on to my bad buys for them. So the first thing is actually on Poshmark, and it's this pair of Old Navy maternity jeans. Now, these were new with tags, and that is why I picked it up. And honestly, y'all, I think this was a terrible pickup, because these took, I want to say, almost a year to sell. Next month or December would have made a whole year. This just goes to show picking up new with tags items does not guarantee a higher price point. I had these listed at $10. Somebody sent me an $8 offer, which I think is just like, be fucking for real. But I was just like, you know what, I want to get rid of them, so yes, I'll take your $8 offer. So I think I made a profit of like $5 on this, which is not bad, but what a waste of time to store it, to list it, to share it, to keep relisting it on eBay. Like, girl, like, I should have just pulled them. This is a Donna Morgan dress. 6 people like this item. This was priced, I want to say, at $20, and somebody sent me a $6 offer, and I declined it because I'm like, come on, like, this item is already priced low, but $6, like, you playing in my face. So I declined it. They came back and sent me a $9 offer, and I actually accepted it because I'm like, I'm tired of looking at this ugly ass dress, excuse me, but let me just get my money and go. This is a Rock and Republic flannel. Now, I picked this up, not this specific one, but I bought one over a year ago at the bins, and it sold for $15 fairly quickly. So I was like, if I did it then, I could do it now. Y'all, absolutely not. This one sat for a very long time. And clearly, you know, $8 is the most that I got out of it. So yeah, wouldn't be picking that up again. It's just not the brand for me. This one is on the list only because I picked it up and I didn't check the zipper at the bins. Otherwise, I could have left it there. Now, $16 is not bad. Not bad at all. However, I know I could have got a lot more for this had the zipper not been broke. And I just think that this goes to show that I need to pay attention a little bit more. Because I feel like on average now, I am damaging out about 3 to 4 items per month. because I do check them. Don't get me wrong, I do check them at the bins, but sometimes I am blinded by the brand. So I'll just kind of like glance over it, make sure there's like no discoloration and stuff like that. But this one, faulty zipper, like girl, I was really upset. This one is a 𝕃𝕊𝕄𝕃𝕃 cardigan. I actually had this for a full year, like a full year. And the brand is called Sparrow. Never heard of it, but at the time it would look like it was worth looking into, and y'all, absolutely not. And I think I did list it high initially, but I'm just saying, like, girl, what was this? Like, a waste of time. This is a Madewell t-shirt. I was upset about this one mainly because picking up basics at the bins is just stupid as hell. But this one was new with tags, and I clearly forgot to put that in the title, but I did photograph it, so I missed it. So when I had it listed at $9, somebody sent me a $6 offer. I accepted it because I'm like, oh, let me just get rid of it. And then when I noticed that it was new with tags, I was just kind of like, wow, I really fucked up. All right, so moving on to Mercari. This was a bundle, my first bundle ever on Mercari. Really happy about it. But the problem is that the top one was a really bad pickup. I thought LL Bean fleece would do great. It did not. The second one I actually picked up for myself. It was just too tight. I was going through a transition. So yeah, this one sold for $14, this bundle. I initially wanted to counter, but I was just kind of like, girl, let's just get rid of it. All right, to wrap it up, first I made 99 sales on Poshmark. 3 of them were bundles. I made 65 sales on eBay and 18 on Mercari. Now it looks like Mercari is still performing the exact same way it performed last month, which is terrible. It's just getting worse and worse and worse. Honestly, once it gets down to maybe about 10 to 12 sales per month, I'm gonna drop it. I had already planned on maybe dropping it in December, but I'm just holding on to the very last breath. But yeah, so I didn't really change anything for the most part on any of the platforms. I still ran my 25% off to offers to watchers on Poshmark. I still did 2 sales a month on eBay and then send out offers for the, you know, the opposite weeks. And then as far as Mercari, I manually sent offers. They didn't really stick, honestly, because I only made 18 sales. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like Mercari is about to get phased out really soon. I just got to be patient, I guess. I'm gonna give the last hoorah for Q4, but I don't think it's gonna make it to 2024 just because it's a waste of my time to sit here and cross list what 260 items a month just to sell 18 of them. So, you know, just doesn't seem productive. But anyway, so I did switch up. Well, I tried to anyways. In the beginning of the month, I tried to do 4-day work week where I would just list 20 items, and I was at the time trying to bump up my listing as well. So I tried to do 20 listings for 4 days. It was a complete fail. I don't know how y'all do 20 a day. Like, it's insane, especially when you jump from like 10 or 12. I feel like if you do the slow crawl of like, you know, 10, 12, 15, 17, or 18, and then 20. But I went, you know, full McGallion and tried to jump into 20. I was just like, girl, I'm overwhelmed. But yeah, so that didn't work. So I went back to doing 12, 5 days a week. But that's gonna change for this month. Today is October 1st, if you didn't know. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing something a little different this month just to yield a different result. I've been noticing that I'm pretty much stuck in the same amount, which I'm happy about. This month was my second best month this year. And I did, you know, go a little bit higher than what I would typically make on an average month. However, there's another threshold that I want to meet, and I feel like me consistently listing 10 to 12 items 4 or 5 days a week is, you know, getting me my base pay, but I want to make more. You get what I'm saying? So I need to do more. So since I am a bins girly, I've decided that I'm going to start sourcing at the bins twice a week and trying to list 100 items a week. So that's going to be exciting. I'm going to still stick to a Monday through Friday situation, but for the most part, moving forward, I'm about to bump up my listings to 20 each day, 5 days a week, take my 2 off days. And yeah, I don't typically tell y'all what I'm going to be doing the month, you know, moving forward. But since we're here, we might as well talk about it. That is pretty much my goal, is to yield a certain profit. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching this video. Please let me know down below how your sales went for last month. Were they good? Were they bad? Like, you know, how did it go to wrap up Q3? Because it kind of did what it had to do, like, for the most part. But yeah, I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.